Hey, I'm Shay and welcome back to my channel, Books with Shay. So, good morning everyone. I am so tired. I think that the week is kind of starting to catch up with me, and I don't generally do this much physical activity as far as like moving things. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so as you guys know, was supposed to go pick up the moving truck at 7 o'clock this morning. It is now after 10 o'clock and I could not get out of bed to save my life this morning. And so I had LT call and be like, hey, are we able to come a little bit later and get the moving truck? Because I was like, I'm not going to be worth anything to load anything into that moving truck to, like, you know, I'm just not going to be worth anything to do anything. So they pushed it back for us. And so we're about to head out to go pick it up now. I think today is a no makeup day because it's going to be basically one long workout of a day, and so I'm just going to put on some athletic clothes, I think, and tennis shoes and run out and grab the moving truck. I think I need to get some Starbucks this morning. I got a matcha latte yesterday, which was cute, tasty, love them, but I think today I need like a 1,000 shot like espresso wake me from the dead type drink. I'm like struggling. Yeah, so we're gonna go get the moving truck. Let me update you on my reading. So I am still working on The Trouble with Hating You, and I read about 246 pages of that yesterday, which is average of the 3 days that I've read so far. The first day I read 206 pages, the second day I read 318 pages, and then yesterday I read 246 pages. And I'm a little disappointed at myself for this page counter in this bullet journal you guys saw the other day, but literally like I can't, like, this does not show you anything when you look at it. Like, I thought I was gonna have some cool looking graph, but like I don't, because I did these in too small of increments. This is what we have. So I read 246 pages, which didn't quite finish it. I think I'm 75% of the way through that, which means I need to finish the 25% of that and an entire another book today in order to be on track. Like, this is the beginning of the end. Once I fall off track, it's always so hard for me to like get back on track. So hopefully I'll be able to get back on track. So I'm gonna work on reading that today. Today is another, like, yesterday was an errands day and the day before that was an errands day, and so I was more in the car driving around but constantly like stopping and getting out places to go in and run my errands. And today is less of an errands day. After we pick up this moving truck, it's pretty much just loading, and so I think because of that I'll be able to have my headphones in and get through more of my audiobooks today. I mean, that's what I'm telling myself. Who actually knows? So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stop this Eeyore intro because I feel like I look and sound as tired as I feel, which is fantastic. So I think I'm gonna grab some coffee, grab the moving truck, and try to, hopefully it gets me excited. We'll get the adrenaline pumping, we'll start moving stuff, and it will be good. I told you guys that I thought I was gonna go to Crazy Rich Asians after I finish The Trouble with Hating You, but I'm wondering if I have something that's maybe a little shorter and more fun, but I don't think I do. I think maybe The Switch by Beth O'Leary. I have no idea. I feel like I'm really looking forward to The Switch because Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads read it and really loved it, and she gave 5 stars to the other Beth O'Leary book, Flatshare, and I also really like the Flatshare, and then I think she gave 4 stars to The Switch, which makes me really want to read it because every time Chelsea recommends anything, it's good. Like, she recommended One to Watch, that's where I heard about that, and she gave it 5 stars and I gave it 5 stars. She just, like, she's solid on recommendations. So because she liked The Switch, maybe I'll do that next, because I know I can expect it to be pretty good since it's by somebody who has similar taste in romance, or is that romance? I think it is. Chick lit? I'm not sure. To me, so we'll see. I'm hopping off. I'm going to go get a moving truck right now. I'm like here using this intro to procrastinate because this is like a literal heavy lifting day, and I'm like, oh, I don't know that I want to do that. But I do want to be in Portland, and we're 2 sleeps away. I can't believe that. That's crazy. 2 more sleeps. Wow. Okay, I will check in with you guys in a little bit. Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and do a quick update. I am back from the rental truck place, and it was a whole ordeal. It took us a couple hours to be able to get the truck and then to get it home. And then it took us like 30 minutes to figure out how to back it into the driveway because of the trailer that's supposed to be carrying my car. And it was like, it's been an adventure for sure. And so I realized like I haven't eaten anything today, and it's 2 o'clock, and I'm like becoming hangry. Shay, that's Luna opening the door, but it always freaks me out when that happens because I can't see anybody on the camera. Anyway, so I just sent my sister and my husband to go get food. One of them is going to go pick up chicken salad from Chicken Salad Chick. I don't know if you guys have that where you live, but if you do, you should try it. It is so good. LT always gets the classic Carol, and I always get the Fruity Fran, and it's just delicious chicken salad. But they're like bread and fixings and things aren't my favorite, and they're really expensive. So I sent Andy, my sister, to go pick up the chicken salad, and I sent LT to go pick up bread and chips and sweet tea and everything from the store so we can have like a picnic feast. You okay, Oliver? Back there whining. I think he can tell, like, you know how dogs can tell when something's up? I think he can tell based on all of the boxes and everything else, you know, that we are moving, and he has been really anxious. So I've been trying to give him as much love as possible, but he has just not been a happy camper. Luna, on the other hand, is the most go with the flow dog I have ever met in my life. Like, she is very like, doesn't matter what we're doing, I'm so happy, just happy to be here, you know. And I don't know why I made her sound so dopey. Anyway, so I think while they're gone, I'm going to treat myself to a little me time, and I'm going to lay down for a minute because I am so exhausted, and I'm just gonna read while they're gone. So I know I'm not gonna get very many opportunities to do anything like this in this move, and so I have about 30 uninterrupted minutes where I'm going to lay down and read and do nothing else. Doesn't that sound like heaven? Like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm going to go ahead and get into my 30 minutes of uninterrupted, peaceful reading time, and I will check in with you guys in a little bit. Okay, so here is my lunch with a few of my favorite things. I love chicken salad, especially from Chicken Salad Chick. I'm eating the Fruity Fran. It looks like this. It is regular chicken salad with grapes, pineapples, and apples in it, and it's super tasty on a croissant from Kroger, and they have the best croissants if you've never had a Kroger croissant. My favorite chips, which are Voodoo chips by Zapp's, they look like this, and they are so good. Kind of a cross between barbecue chips and salt and vinegar chips. Sounds weird, is really delicious. And then my favorite crackers, which are these Townhouse Flip Sides crackers. And so on one side, they're like a pretzel, but the other side is like a butter cracker. And they look like this, if you've never seen them before. And then I'm having some sweet tea from Chick-fil-A. LT just went and got a gallon. So I'm a happy camper. I'm gonna eat my lunch, have a popsicle, and we're gonna get to putting stuff in the moving truck. Okay, so I feel like today has been a crazy day and I haven't gotten a chance to update. I'm gonna do a quick update now, but I'm gonna try to talk to you guys a little bit later about what's actually going on. The first thing that I wanted to update you on is that I finished the book that I just read that, oh my goodness, I already can't remember the title. The Trouble with Hating You. I finished The Trouble with Hating You, and I ended up giving that 4 stars. It was really, really good. Not quite a 5-star read. I do want to talk about it a little bit more in this vlog, but right now we are running like chickens with our heads cut off to try to get everything loaded into the moving van. The other thing is that I have essentially changed my mind about bringing my bookcases. So I told you guys at the beginning of the week that I was going to leave my bookcases here. It would be cheaper to replace them once we got to Oregon and everything, and so that was my plan. But then we couldn't really find anybody. We tried to donate them, we tried to sell them, we tried to give them away to friends, and we just could not find anybody to take them. And I don't want to just throw them away. I would rather take them, and if they break down and don't make it, then throw them away. But if they make it and are fine, then go with the ones that I have. So we're gonna try to load up the bookcases, and I feel like those are the major changes, minor changes. Those are the things that have changed that I think that you would care about. And so we are loading it up right now. I'll try to get a little bit of footage of that, and then at the end of the night when I have a chance to sit down, which I don't even know where I'll be sitting because all of this stuff is going to the moving truck, but when I get a chance to slow down for a second, I will like update you guys on like my actual thoughts on The Trouble with Hating You. Oh, and then I wanted to tell you about what I'm reading now. So I was gonna go into Crazy Rich Asians, but I knew there was no way I was gonna finish that today. It's like a 14-hour long audiobook, and I'm listening on 2 times speed, I think. Like, so it depends on the book. Sometimes I can't make it past 1.75. Like, it seems like 1.75 is as fast as I can go based on how fast the narrator is reading, along with if there are a bunch of terminologies or cultural things that I don't understand that I need to like hear them explain a little slower. But most things I listen to on 2 times speed. So The Trouble with Hating You, I listen to on 2 times speed. One to Watch, for some reason, I listened to on 1.75. I'm not sure if it was how fast she was reading or I don't know. So I think that it would take me about 7 hours, but I knew because it took me most of today to finish The Trouble with Hating You that there was no way that I was gonna like finish Crazy Rich Asians. So I threw a curveball in my reading plan and I picked up The Voting Booth, and that is the Brandy Colbert book that I decided that I was going to read in my TBR. It looks like this. I'm listening to it on Libra FM like I have told you guys that I like to do so that I can give my audiobook money to Black-owned bookstores. Anyway, so far it is not my favorite. It's a different pace from what I've been listening to. I'm going from 3 adult books in a row to a YA, and it feels very YA. Not in like a bad way, it's a change. So we're gonna see how that goes. This is probably not the smartest decision because of the fact that I don't need, like, the challenge that this is going for is book that starts with the word the, I think, and I've already read The Trouble with Hating You, so I could use that for that one. But The Trouble with Hating You is for a book the color of my birthstone, and I'm trying not to double up on any challenges. So really I should save this for the end until I've marked off all the challenges and then have the meeting 7 books be the extra goal. But this book was only a 6-hour listen, and I can definitely listen to it on 2 times speed so I can finish it today. So I went ahead and threw a curveball in the reading plan, and I'm going to be working on that. And then the other change to my TBR is that for a book set outside this country, I decided to read The Switch by Beth O'Leary, thinking that it was out because all these people that I watch have been reading it, but it doesn't come out till August. They're reading ARCs, so I can't read that one, so I need to replace that one as well. So my TBR has been crazy today, moving has been crazy today, and so I feel like this is like the struggle bus vlog of the reading rush, which we all have them. Like, the day comes where you're like, everything's falling apart, the wheels are falling off this thing. I didn't turn off the AC for this entire clip. It's fine. We're making it, we're doing what we can, we're chugging along. So I will update you guys as soon as I can. Let's go do some truck loading B-roll situation. I moved my computer onto a TV tray so that we can move the desk out. I wanted to talk to you guys about my TV tray stand for my computer here. So at the bottom, which you cannot really see because it is so dark, there you go, is A Song of Wraiths and Ruin. I have not read this yet. Then it is The Boundless, which is the sequel to The Beholder. I have not read this yet. And then A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which was so good. I rated this 4 stars, I think. Yeah, I really liked it. And then The Marriage Game, which I think is supposed to have a similar kind of concept to The Trouble with Hating You, but I'm not 100% sure, and I haven't read that yet. But anyway, so the books that are out right now as a little stand for my computer and my temporary editing setup. This will be like one of the last things we take out, because obviously to daily vlog I still need it. So now really actually truly we're gonna go downstairs and see what's happening with the moving truck. So I'm here to do my final update of the night. I have already filmed a final update for the night, but since then I finished a book and I haven't started editing, so I figured I would come on here and try to give my cohesive thoughts about what I have read today in one sitting, because I have filmed the most all over the place vlog of all time today. So I went back and forth. First we thought we were going to leave on Saturday. Then we found out that the realtor could only meet us at 11:30 on Monday morning, and leaving on Saturday wouldn't give us enough time to make the 30-hour drive with any overnight stops and get there by 11:30 a.m. on Monday morning. So we were like, okay, we need to leave on Friday night. And so I think I said that earlier, but I don't know what clips I'm gonna keep, what I'm gonna cut out, because I feel like I didn't make a cohesive thought all day that every time I updated you, the information had changed. So here's like your final update with the final information. So I was thinking that I wasn't gonna be able to post a vlog tomorrow because I was thinking, well, now we're leaving on Friday, so I can't post a Saturday vlog because I won't be here to upload it on Friday. I'll be in the car. And so I was really disappointed because I was really trying to get vlogs up for you guys Monday through Saturday is what I thought I would be able to do, because on Friday night I thought I'd upload my Saturday vlog and the only one you guys would miss was Sunday, and I was thinking I might be able to have that one up by Tuesday, Wednesday-ish of next week. Anyway, so then we started trying to load the U-Haul and quickly realized that not all of the stuff that we thought we were going to keep was going to fit, and I thought I was going to keep my bookcases because we were going to have room, load the bookcases on, all of that stuff, and not everything will fit. So right now my husband and our really good friend are downstairs trying to maneuver the rental truck to fit everything inside, and I just figured it was way too much to try to leave tomorrow. Not everything was done. It was really stressing me out, and I was like, anxious me can get a lot less done than calm me, so I would rather leave leave a day later, the day we were anticipating leaving, and be able to calmly work through things today and tomorrow than rush myself, leave tomorrow, and feel like I can't get out of bed because I'm so panicked about all the things I have to do. So I think we finally ended up saying we're gonna go ahead and leave on Saturday morning like we had scheduled to leave. We're gonna finish packing the U-Haul tomorrow. We're gonna pack the things we want the most first, and then whatever does not fit. I think I might have to leave my piano. I don't know. Like, we have an actual piano, which if you've moved, it's not like a baby grand or anything, it's like an upright like piano situation, and if you've ever moved a piano, you know they weigh 1,500 pounds. Like, they're so heavy, and so probably not 1,500, but they're heavy. And so like even with two guys and it being on a dolly and all that stuff, it's like really hard to get the moving truck, and it also takes up a lot of space. So anyway, I feel like I'm kind of rambling, so let me go ahead and talk about what I read today and my thoughts on the books that I've read, and then I'll wrap up this vlog for tonight. I feel like today was not a fun vlog because I was not having fun. It was just like every time something could go wrong today, it felt like it did go wrong, and I feel like my anxiety was just like slowly notching up throughout the day as I prepared to leave. Like, we only have 2 more nights of sleep before we're heading all the way to Portland, and that is like, it's a big deal. Like, I forget, that's a huge deal. Anyway, so let's talk about what I read / am reading. So I talked earlier about finishing The Trouble with Hating You and wanting to talk to you guys a little more about it, and I actually really ended up loving it, and I gave it 4 stars. The thing that I really liked about it was that it ended up being a discussion more about sexual assault and the way that trauma kind of infects all of these areas of your life and infects your self-worth and things like that, and how that can impact everything from your relationships to your career to what you feel like you deserve or what you feel like you're capable of. And I felt like it did a really good job of touching on some of those issues. Of course, it wasn't perfect, and there were some places in it where I felt like maybe some of the character choices were not consistent with who we had learned that character was. Like, for example, I feel like the male lead in the book was a very gentle, very understanding, never get riled up person, and then towards the end of the book there was a conflict, and I feel like his reaction was very out of character for him, and so it made it obvious that it was a plot driver because it wasn't consistent with who we had learned that the character was, and that made it really difficult for me because I know that from my personal experience and friends that I have that have had similar experiences, if you have a wound in a certain area and somebody knowing that you have that wound pushes that button, it is a lot harder to forgive that person. And I feel like the main character was kind of flippant and easy with her forgiveness after kind of experiencing a similar situation. It's really hard to like not give spoilers and tell you about it, but for that reason I took a star off. But mostly I really loved it. I did love the hate to love the banter. There were a lot of really good tropes in this. It was steamy without being too sexy. If you're somebody who doesn't like sex scenes in books, this was all Fade to Black pretty much. I think the whole thing was Fade to Black. So if you're somebody who doesn't like it to be too erotic. Like, this was not erotic at all. There are some like steamy scenes, but there's no like outright sex in it. So I feel like that's all I have to say about that one. 4-star read for me. It was really, really good. I loved it. I just wish that there was a little bit more character consistency, and I think that there are a couple of things that they addressed that could have been done a little bit better. And so after that, I think I told you guys earlier that I moved on to the voting booth because I was going to read Crazy Rich Asians, and I could not fathom getting through a 14-hour book today, and I wanted to be on track for a book a day. So I read the voting booth. I was able to finish the whole thing. When I first started it, the switch from reading all adult all week to reading a young adult book was jarring, and within the first 2 chapters or so of the book, it felt almost inauthentic to me, and I had to go back and think about like, whoa, Shay, like these are teenagers. This is not somebody that is your age or somebody that's the same age as the people that you've been reading about. These are like 18-year-old kids, or not kids, but 18-year-old young adults. And so these struggles are consistent with what they would be going through, even though maybe they're not consistent with something that you would go through. And so yeah, the switch was jarring, and it made it so that I didn't enjoy the first couple chapters of the book as much as I wish I would have. But the more we got into it, and the more it talked about the importance of voting and the way that the closure of polls affects voting, the way that the kind of ID you need, or what lists you have to be on, or what county you registered to vote, all these things, the things that they do in order to deter Black voters from the polls. I'm falling apart like every sentence. I try to do these wrap-ups. It's 1:30 in the morning and my brain has shut down for the night. It is gone. But the things that they do that deter Black voters, which is why I'm so proud that we raised so much money in the Blackout Buddy Read to go to the Black Voters Matter Fund, because Black voters do matter. And I think that a lot of the things that it said in the book, especially when I was at that age and was first able to vote, really resonated with me not thinking that my voice mattered, or that my vote counted, or anything like that. And so I think that when I looked at it for what it was and the audience that it was intended for, this is a young adult book that's intended for a young adult audience. A lot of young adults that are in the process of being able to vote for the first time. I thought for them it was a lot of good information. It was written really well. There was a cute romance in it, but it didn't like take over the plot line or anything. There was some like emotional cheating that wasn't my favorite, but it was, sometimes teenagers can be fickle. There was some teenage fickleness, that's a word, happening. And so that wasn't my favorite, but like I was saying, when I look at it as a package, who was this written for and what was it intended to do? I gave it 4 stars because I feel like it would do what it was intended to do with its intended audience, even though it didn't speak to me or my current experience. I have been in that place, so it's good. And especially if you are in that age group, that young adult age group, and you are curious about voting or want to know like why it's important or anything, I think that that's a good resource for a starting place. It is fictional. It doesn't give a ton of information, but it's a good kind of starting point. So I finished that today, and that puts me on track for 4 books in 4 days. The first day I finished Helium, and that was my book for a genre that you want to read more of, and that was poetry. My second day, it was One to Watch, and that was the first book that you touched. I had that one in my office and touched it first. And then the next one was The Trouble with Hating You. That one was for a book the color of my birthstone, which is citrine, for November, and that book is very close in color to my birthstone. And then today I finished The Voting Booth, which was for a book that starts with D. So I also read The Trouble with Hating You, which could have counted for that, but I'm trying to do 7 books. So there are 3 days left in the reading rush. I have 3 books left to go. I have Crazy Rich Asians. I had The Switch on there, but I think I talked to you guys earlier about how it's not out yet, so I'm gonna have to replace that for a book that's not set in my country. And then I have the group book, Such a Fun Age, for reading completely outside of my house, which is my plan for that one, to listen to it on the drive to Portland. So far so good. We're on track. I just have I think I'm gonna try to go ahead and attack Crazy Rich Asians tomorrow, because I think if I've read Crazy Rich Asians, I will have completed all of the challenges, well, except for outside of my house. So yeah, I think that's our goal for tomorrow. But I've been talking for a really long time. This is already 12 minutes of footage, so I'm gonna go ahead and hop off and edit this for the night. I am so thankful to all of you guys watching. I have loved when I get just a second to myself to stop and comment back and talk to you guys. I have had people give me, literally there was someone who commented yesterday, I think, maybe day before, who gave me some of the best cross-country moving tips. I had not even thought about putting toilet paper in a box where I would know where it was as soon as I got to the house, and that's pretty important. So it has changed my moving experience talking with you guys. It's just been so good. And even though since I started posting videos again, I have lost a lot of subscribers, and it's easy to look at that and tie that to your self-worth or value, I have just been so happy with the quality of people that are commenting and interacting and staying and hanging around that it has made this a really fun week on a week that could have really been hard and sucked, you know. So thank you guys. I'm so thankful for you. I love you so much, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.